OPM on Freedom FM, and before Heaven is a Half Pipe, you're listening to Greg, who's just sent me a fax to say he'll be back to brighten up your evening tomorrow from about 8 p.m. Well, good evening. How are you? My name is Feargal, and welcome to another night cruise where we'll fly back in time to listen to the soothing, romantic and chill vibes of the 90s and the noughties. But you know what? There is more. As it's Monday, that means in the first hour we'll get to play our Monday game. So get your thinking caps on and get ready to spread some smiles with your witty puns. And because you will still be here after midnight, I'll give you a crack at our love lyrics game. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. Now remember, this is your interactive show, so if you want to reach out to me for any reason whatsoever, you can do so early and often via text or WhatsApp on 086 206 8888. And remember, if you can, then send us a WhatsApp voice note. Not into your WhatsApping? That's fine. Then you can drop me an email to hello@freedomfm.ie, or you can connect with me, voice actor Fergs, spelled as it sounds, on Insta, Blue Sky, and of course Threads. And remember also to download the Freedom FM app from the App and Play Store. It's the app that lets you pause and rewind the live stream of Freedom FM, and it's also where you can listen back to all your favourite Freedom FM shows. Right, with all those words said, let's set about making some memories, shall we? With a little bit of Corner Shop. A song from High Summer 2002, July 2002 in fact. And do you remember what went down then? Well, we all watched on as Steve Fossett became the first person to fly non-stop solo around the Earth in a balloon. In London, the Williams sisters played each other for the first time in a Wimbledon final, while with half the season still to run, Michael Schumacher wrapped up his 5th Formula One title. And of course, Gareth Gates released Any One of Us. Evening, you're listening to the Night Cruise on Freedom FM, and guess what? It's that magical Monday moment where we come together to try to tickle our funny bones with our Monday puns. But this is not a free-for-all pun fest, because we do have some rules to help guide us in creating the puns. Namely, you have to make your pun by combining any celebrity, band or fictional character name with a theme that I'll give you in a moment. If you're scratching your head and wondering what I'm on about, don't worry, let me tell you what this week's theme is and give you some awful examples of my own. So, our theme for today is vegetables. Why vegetables, you ask? Well, did you know that as well as the month of Halloween, October is also International Vegetarian Month? So I thought to myself, as it's the last Monday of the month, why not have a vegetable-themed Monday Pun Day? So everything from greens to spuds and roast veg to steamed veg, I need you to share your best celebrity, band or fictional character name vegetable-based puns on WhatsApp to 086 206 8888. And to kick things off, here are a few terrible puns I dug up on my way into the studio this evening, starting with the Led Zeppelin singer Robert Eggplant. I'm not doing it for you? Okay, how about from the Spice Girls, Emma Button Mushroom? Moving quickly along to my final attempt, and what about the English tennis player Emma Raducanu? Anyway, that's enough of my nonsense. You get the drift. And I'm sure your puns will outshine mine. So let's get to those vegetable-themed celebrity, band or fictional character name puns rolling in on WhatsApp. 086 206 8888. You're listening to the Night Cruise from Freedom FM, where we are in the middle of playing this week's Monday Pun Day game. And this week, I asked you if you could come up with a pun by combining any celebrity, band or fictional character name with all things vegetables. And as always, you have been brilliant with your suggestions. So let's start this evening's Monday Pun Day by saying hello to Jack Wren, who reached out to me from Belfast, where he says, Feargal, when I have my Ulster fry for... Look, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. It's a terrible Northern Irish accent, so I'll start again. Feargal, he says, when I have my Ulster fry for breakfast, I always insist on having extra mushroom thermins. Just fantastic, Jack. Thank you very much. Now, Noel Downs is in trim, and he says, Feargal, can you play us a bit of Tina Turner? Very clever, Noel. And you never know, Miss Turner might slip into the show in a bit. Now, Ruby Keys got in touch from Arklow, and she says that we should all remember to eat our Professor Greens. Ruby, we should indeed. And thanks for that brilliant pun. And finally for this round, Mary Thomas is in Newbridge, and she texted me, Fergs, this one kind of writes itself. The 90s American comic, Carrot Top, It does write itself, and it's spot on, and it's brilliant. Thank you very much, Mary. So, if you can think of a pun made from mashing up all things vegetables with a band, celebrity, or fictional character name, then get it in quick on WhatsApp or text to 086 206 8888, because I'll do the last round of Monday Punday Puns right after we hear from Kelly. It's Freedom FM's Night Cruise, where we only have a few more songs to go until we're into Tuesday morning. So, before I play them for you, let's round out this evening's all things vegetable-themed celebrity, band, or fictional character name, Monday Punday. And to do that, I want to say hello to Harry McDevitt, who got in touch from Navan to say, Feargal, can you play me a bit of Swede-ish House Mafia? You know what, Harry? I would love to, but we don't have any of their songs on the cruise playlist. That said, I'll ask Darren to get some on the Essential Beats from 1 o'clock. Now, Karen Flannery is in Baltinglass this evening, and she says, Feargal, I like me a bit of ancient fables and stories. So that's why I came up with Sir Lance Allotment. Oh, Karen, that's so clever. Thank you so much. And finally for this evening, our last Monday Punday is from Leo McCreevy in Skerries, who says, Feargal, I'm just off a Ryanair flight, and aren't that lot run by Michael O'Celery? Thanks for that tongue twister, Leo. And what a brilliant pun. Thank you so much. You know what? Every pun a winner, I think. And thank you to everyone who sent in suggestions tonight. Now, if I didn't read yours out on the radio, rest assured I did read it, and it did make me laugh. And if Monday Punday tickled your funny bone, don't keep it to yourself. Share the laughs with your friends and make sure to join us again next Monday just after 11. From October 2000, that's Sade and By Your Side on Freedom FM, where we're just getting into the second hour of the night cruise. My name is Feargal, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to this beautiful Tuesday morning, the 29th of October. And you know what Tuesday mornings means, right? It's time for our world-famous Love Lyrics game. If you're new to our cruise, well then welcome on in. And if you're curious about the game, let me break it down for you. You see, here in front of me, I've got some lyrics from a classic 90s or noughties romantic or chill-out track, and in a moment, I'll share them with you. And if you recognize the song the lyrics belong to and want a chance to win the mind-blowing prize of a name check on the radio this morning, all you need to do is send me a WhatsApp in with your answer. So before I give you the contact details, lend your ears to this week's love lyrics. You held your voice well. There were tears, I could tell. But where were you now? Was you going to tell me in time? Just give me a town and I'll be straight down. Think you know? Then send your answers in to me on text or WhatsApp on 086 206 8888. And if you can, then why not use the voice note feature, because I do love hearing from you. And in case you need them again, here are the lyrics. You held your voice well. There were tears, I could tell. But where were you now? Was you going to tell me in time? Just give me a town and I'll be straight down. And in the event that I receive any incorrect answers, I'll share some of those with you right after we lend our ears to Ronan and to Yusuf. It's not time. From December 2005, and let's have a quick look and see what was happening back then, shall we? Well, the book and the movie Colour Purple opened as a musical in New York. Mariah Carey was the big winner at the Billboard Awards, and we all went to see Brokeback Mountain in the cinema. And of course, the Sugar Babes, they released Ugly, which you just heard on Freedom FM's Night Cruise, where we are in the middle of playing our love lyrics game. The game where your challenge is to guess what 90s or noughties romance or relaxing song a certain set of lyrics come from. And this morning, I sent you the task of telling me what song these lyrics come from. You held your voice well. There were tears, I could tell. But where were you now? Was you gonna tell me in time? Just give me a town and I'll be straight down. Now, I did get a few incorrect answers, so let me tell you that the love lyrics we're featuring this week aren't from Think Twice by Celine Dion, nor are they from Now and Forever from Richard Marx, and they're definitely not from Wet, 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 She's All on My Mind. Now, the good news is you still got time to get in touch and tell me what song these love lyrics come from. You held your voice well, there were tears, I could tell, but where were you now? Was you going to tell me in time? And just give me a town and I'll be straight down. So it's 086 206 8888 if you know the song. And I'll tell you this, if you think you don't know, you'll be kicking yourself when I tell you the answer, which will be right after we hear from Appleton. That's Kilcoon's finest, Lisa Hannigan, on the Night Cruise, where so many of you have been in touch with your answers for this week's Love Lyrics game. And the love lyrics that you've been guessing at are: you held your voice well, there were tears. Well, I could tell. But where were you now? Was you gonna tell me in time? Just give me a town and I'll be straight down. Now, if you're a regular listener, you know the computer system only throws up 4 names at any one time. So with that said, let me say good morning and well done to Lottie Roden, who's in Port Arlington this morning, Ava Kelly, who reached out to me from Wicklow, Oliver Gilroy, who sent his answer in from Gilrush, and Harry Donovan, who's over in Santry, who, like nearly all of you, said that this week's love lyrics come from... wait, before I tell you the answer, let me remind you, if you enjoyed playing along with love lyrics, then tell your friends to tune in next Tuesday just after midnight, when we will do it all over again. As for this week, well, the lyrics come from Take That and Babe. That's here on the night cruise, and all I need tells me that is all the mess I can make of your radio this morning. Thank you for your company, both you and your messages made to the show as always. Michael B and Nikki will have your breakfast on a silver platter at 8, and before Mike Allen will have the Freedom Years from 7, and up next on Freedom FM it's Darren with Essential Beats live from his studio in New York. And remember to download the Freedom FM app. Not only can you pause and rewind live radio, you can also listen back to your favourite Freedom shows, including the Night Cruise. And talking of the Night Cruise, I'll be back later this evening at 11 with the next one. Until then, thank you for your time this time. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.